Hi guys, it's Amy from Camera Contemplations, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about the things that you might want to think about bringing to university for your first year. I've been asked to do a few videos like this, so I'm going to start off with what to bring to university or college, and I'm going to do a couple of others as well, so make sure you're watching this channel for all updates. I'm currently going into my second year of university, so I think I'm well versed on what kind of things you're going to need to make your university dorms or halls or the house that you're going into student friendly. To start off with, you're going to need the obvious things like cutlery, so plates, bowls, glasses, mugs, that kind of thing. And you're also going to need saucepans, frying pan, a wok if you like doing that sort of thing, casserole dishes, bowls for mixing and chopping boards, so then you're going to need knives. And I personally really found my blender, my hand blender, useful at uni because it was great for making soups and using up all the vegetables that were kind of just about to go out of date and making sure that nothing went to waste. You're also going to want washing up liquid and sponges and dishcloths or whatever weapon of choice you're going to be using to tackle your dishwashing. Make sure you've got all the various cooking utensils like a bottle opener, a hand whisk, ice cream van, they're essential, graters, wooden spoons spatulas, all that kind of thing. You're also going to want freezer bags because as a student it's really a great idea to make sort of 4-person meals, eat one portion and then freeze the rest for later because you won't always have time or the energy to make yourself a meal every night. You're also going to need tea towels, Ziploc bags, sandwich bags, tin foil, cling film and oven mitts. Something I recommend highly bringing is a mattress protector for your bed because you do not know how many people have been doing what on the mattress you're about to inherit from them. And of course sheets, pillows, duvets and duvet sets, that kind of thing. I brought 2 different duvet sets and pillowcases and sheets with me to uni so that I could always have one clean, one spare. I found a throw really useful because at uni because universities and college can often be really stingy and not switch your heating on until it's the mid depths of winter. So having something like a throw that you can throw over the end of your bed or wrap around your shoulders if you're too cold at your desk is going to be really useful and really handy. I also brought a lot of throw cushions with me to university and I like to put them on my desk chair because it was a pretty manky desk chair. So having throw cushions to sit on was a really nice idea and it also jazzed up the room a bit. Lots of people that I know at uni bought rugs with them. I bought a rug as well purely because the carpets can be pretty gross and can be really quite stained, so a rug just makes it a lot nicer walking around your room. Storage solutions are essential because often uni or dorm rooms come with the bare minimum. So my dorm room came with a bed, a wardrobe, a sink area, a bedside table and a couple of shelves above the desk. So I needed lots of things like these wicker basket things to put all my stationery in and makeup brushes. I also brought with me a small wicker basket set which you can pick up from Sainsbury's or Asda or Walmart or any one of those kind of places like that that just kind of sell stuff like that. I also found those plastic bins that you can get from IKEA on wheels that you can slide under the bed, really handy. I stored all my shoes in them and my handbags as well, and they were just great to roll under the bed out of the way or put in the bottom of wardrobes and just create extra room in the usually quite small dorm room. I brought 3 of those with me to uni. I also bought a plastic bin which I ended up keeping all of my wires in, so anything that you just think would be really great and really handy for storage, bring that with you. You will not regret it, I promise you. You're going to need a hairdryer because often uni halls don't supply them, and towels for your bathroom. I bought 1 big bath sheet, 2 large towels, 2 hand towels and 2 flannels. Clothes horse or one of those smaller ones that hook on a radiator are really great for if you want to do any hand washing quickly or if you don't want to have to pay for the dryer, so definitely have at least 1 of those on hand. There are a couple of things you're also going to want to have with you when you move in or for moving in day, so things like I made sure I had 1 toilet roll with me, 1 hand soap, tea bags and milk, because moving in can be a long and laborious process. So even if you haven't done your first big uni shop yet, you want to make sure you've got some kind of sustenance for the poor family members that are helping you move all your stuff in. Bring a doorstop. These are essential because uni dorms often have fire doors which don't stay open on their own, and having a doorstop can just make a much more sociable atmosphere, and people, if you've got your door open, people are more likely to come and say hi to you. Stationery, obviously, pens, glue sticks, scissors, sellotape, sticky notes, notebooks, hole punches, staplers, folders, highlighters, permanent markers, all of that kind of good stuff. And make sure you have pins for your notice boards, because these can be great for pinning up notices, pinning up posters and pictures, and just jazzing up your place. On that note, I would recommend bringing posters and personal photographs with you to pin up on the walls, stick up on the walls. Please be aware, if you're going to stick stuff up on the walls, use white tack, not blue tack, because universities are often more accepting of white tack than they are of blue tack. You're going to want to bring a first aid kit with you, and any medications that you take regularly, and obviously all the essential stuff in your first aid kit. A hot water bottle is really handy. So are things like desk lamps, as my university only supplied one, and I wanted one on my desk and one on my bedside table. Coat hangers for your wardrobe, laundry bag and laundry washing and laundry liquid or soap, whatever you're going to want to use to clean your clothes. Dryer sheets if you're if you intend on using a dryer. A small suitcase or a weekend bag is essential to have in your uni room, because I often went away for weekends visiting other friends at universities or going home just for the short weekend, and I wanted something just to throw a few clothes, some underwear and like a wash bag in. So having something small, like a small suitcase or a weekend bag on call in your room, is a great idea. An alarm clock is essential for waking you up on time for your lectures. And picture frames, I got a few like this from places like IKEA, and just filled it with some family photographs and placed them around my room just to make my room a lot more friendly and inviting. Slippers are great because you never know how dirty your bathroom or your kitchen floor is going to be if you don't know who you're living with. And on that note, bring a dressing gown as well, because it's great for going into the kitchen in the mornings just to grab some milk or a cup of tea if you don't know who you're living with and you aren't comfortable walking around in your pyjamas. Sticky labels are great if you've got a food thief and you can label your food, or label the levels that your milk carton is at so you know if you've got someone stealing your milk. And then I've got a few things which aren't necessarily essential, but I think it's nice to have them. So personal knickknacks. I bought a lot of personal knickknacks with me, just like little decorative items that I associated with home, because this definitely made the whole transition of moving into a place on my own a lot easier. If you're surrounded by familiar objects and the place that you're living in feels like home, you're going to feel a lot less homesick, and trust me on that. Please be aware that different university halls have different rules on what you can and can't have. For example, my uni halls didn't let me have candles, and I love burning candles, so my best friend bought me some of these LED tea lights to have in my uni room just to jazz up the place a bit more. However, I was allowed electronic items like a mini fridge and a kettle in my room, so I did make use of that and have a kettle and a mini fridge in my room, which personally, as a tea obsessive like me, I loved that. And that is it for my list of essential items to bring to university with you. I hope this has been somewhat helpful, and I hope you have a great Freshers Week. Check back in the upcoming weeks for some more university videos here on this Camera Contemplations channel, and I'll see you really soon. Goodbye everyone!